Hi there, Octolife. So my name is Jaden and I'll be doing a free SEO run through for your entire website. So I hope you enjoy this and I hope this brings you some form of value. So I'm going to be splitting up this entire walkthrough into three sections. The first section will be to look at any underlying or any glaring issues with regards to the website that is affecting or potentially could affect SEO performance. And then the second section will be to do a really quick audit to see, again, just to find out what's the status of the site in terms of organic performance. And then lastly, it's a SEO recommendation to either implement or grow the website. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll try to keep this video will be probably around 20 to 30 minutes. And a lot of things you see over here, it's live, so I think it's a lot more real if I do this live with you instead of looking through and did a bunch of analysis already. So I hope you enjoy this. So let's get started. So the first thing, as you can see, I'm already on your website. Now the first most important thing that I'm noticing here is the version of the website. So you can see the version of the website, it says not secure. This means you guys are on the HTTP version of the site. So that's why it's not secure. Now, it's one of the potential things that might affect your ranking. It's a ranking factor that might affect the performance of your website, and you want to make sure that you have a SSL certificate. So ideally, it should be HTTPS dot, yeah. So you can see this version is live, right? So you guys do have a SSL version, but you also have a non-secure version. So what you want to do is you want to redirect this. Okay, so this is a little bit in terms of technicality. So you want to redirect the HTTP version to the HTTPS version with a 301 redirect. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to make sure that every single time when somebody clicks on your website, whether is it sometimes people can directly click in www.yourbrand. Sometimes they can just click, they can just type in octolife.com, or they could be from another place on the website, and then that website doesn't have the correct link to your secure version, and when they click, they come in and land on here. So what you want to do on your backend, you want to redirect that to the SSL version. So that will help in terms of from a technical standpoint. Now the next thing I want to look at, right, is just basically look through the design of the site. So it's a really clean looking site. Make your business healthier. Okay, so I think with regards to, so a little bit of UX recommendation, it's, if you look at these, right, generally what's happening, if you see over here, there are certain colors that are popping up, right? So if you look at the first four, the main elements that are popping out, it's this four and also the demo. Okay, and usually with regards to from a user experience point of view, right, if you look at things that are popping out, people will generally think that they are clickable items. So if you see this demo is a clickable item, but if you notice here, when somebody wants to click, it's not clickable. So it's slightly confusing to users when they're navigating your site. So you might want to take a look at this. Okay, and then moving downwards, okay, this is okay. This is okay. Yeah, this is okay, but again, I thought this was a clickable element as well. So I'm just looking through the website to see, kind of gathering as much as I can what kind of website it is. So, okay, so all the headers are anchors to a page. So it seems like this is a one-page website. With one-page website, usually in order for you to sort of grow your organic presence, for you to get a lot more organic traffic, is you want to think of it this way. If you only have one page on Google, with regards to getting more organic traffic, you want to make it as relevant as possible for the keywords that you're going to be ranking after. And in order to do that, you need to be really, really relevant. And unfortunately, with one page, it's going to be very difficult for you to rank for 5 or 10 keywords, or depending on how many keywords are relevant to your industry. And the reason why is because there's not enough. If you place all the keywords within a page, there is no emphasis for a specific keyword. So in that case, it's not really ideal from an SEO standpoint. So from a SEO standpoint, in terms of growing your traffic, growing your website, growing your brand, you ideally want to create more pages. Now, this might be the initial start of the website, but so ideally you want to be creating a blog. I mean, you guys might already have thought about this, and maybe you guys are doing, maybe that is in the works already. So I'm not too sure, but that's what I think. So now looking through your website, I've already plugged your website into Ahrefs, and just to see, so this is a relatively new site. So I'm going to take note of this because the recommendation for a relatively new site is slightly different. So I'm going to do recommendation for new site. Okay, and then let's just see if there's any. So for this main issue, let me just see if there's any other main issues that I'm seeing. India, this is fine. HR, contact us. Yeah, so I think you just want to make sure that this is being redirected. Yeah, so you can see, for example, in this case, if somebody were to add in a non-www version, right? Okay, it gets redirected to the www and the HTTPS. So this is fine, but you want to redirect the HTTP version. Right, so if somebody types in HTTP and then this version of the site, this gets redirected, right? So you guys are doing you guys are doing well for this version, but I think you have missed out this part here. Okay, so go ahead and redirect that. And then so basically, because it's a one-page website, there's not much of an issue that I can see. So I'm gonna do a quick audit, and I'm probably not gonna do a site audit. So now I'm going to do an audit for a quick audit for the site. Now, because the site only has one page, so my job becomes really easy. So the thing that I can do, I can do a site crawl to kind of see if there is any pages being indexed. I don't think there is, but let's just do a quick check. Yeah, so there's only one page, right? So now the next thing I can look at is just in terms of your on page. So it makes my job really easy. So let's take a look at your on page. Okay, so let's go to the correct version of the site. Let's go to the non-www version. Okay, so now it's not being redirected. So HTTP. Yes. Okay, and then let's take a look at your on page. So there's a few things with regards to on page that I see over here. So first of all, your page title. So right now your page title only says your brand name, but you want to make sure that you are including some more characters within here, because you have 60 characters to play with and you're only utilizing 9. So with page titles, if you intend to rank for something for your homepage, you ideally want to do some form of keyword research first, and then this keyword research will give you some idea of whether the keyword that you want to rank for your homepage, is there any search volume with regards to that. So you're going to need some form of tool, and if you don't have a tool, you're looking for a free alternative. There's 2 alternatives that you can use. Number one is Google Keywords Planner. So that falls into you have to create a Google Ads account that is completely free, and then within there will be a Google Keyword Planner that you can use to do some form of keyword research. The second one you can use, it's also it's a free alternative, which is Uber Suggest. So what you want to do, right, it's you just basically want to filter this out. Let's say if you guys are only targeting people in Singapore for now, you want to change this to Singapore, okay? And then of course filter this to English because that's the majority of the audience. And what you want to do is you want to come up with a bunch of seed keywords first. So seed keywords will be anything. It's basically you're doing a brain dump of all the keywords that you think it's relevant, that you think your potential customers might be searching for, and you want to come up with a list. And then what you do is you put that keyword into this. So for example, keyword 1, right? And then you do a search. So what's going to tell you, right? Okay, I'm going to just do an example over here. So what's going to tell you if you put one keyword in one at a time, it's going to tell you the search volume. Okay, and if you look at all this keyword matrix right now, don't worry about it. Just don't focus on it right now. So just look at the search volume first. And the reason why is because if you look at keyword difficulty, if you look at, you don't have to look at paid difficulty, but if you focus on keyword difficulty, that's going to be a lot of things that you need to look at in terms of why is this keyword difficulty accurate. So you need to go in to look at those pages that are ranking well for this keyword, and then you need to analyze their domain authority to see if they are very authoritative or not. So my recommendation is not to go down that rabbit hole yet for now, and just look at the demand, right? So ideally, if let's say you have 10 seed keywords, what you want to do is you want to plug all these keywords one by one into here, and you want to see which one has the highest search volume, okay? And you want to incorporate that within your page title. So you can include your brand here, and then you can make sure that your keyword that you have selected based off on the earlier recommendation, it's included within here. And ideally you want to, if you can, try to flush it all the way to the left. And then have your brand at the end, that is fine. And then keep this within 60 characters. And the second thing is, if you look at this description right now, you can see that it's missing. So ideally you want to include your meta description, because what's going to happen is people are going to look at meta description before they click onto a result when they are on Google. So a description over here will tell the users what that page is about before they were to click onto it. So you want to make sure that your description is filled in. As of right now, it's not. And you want to make sure that the description is below 155 characters. So that's that. So this is for title and description. And then, so one more thing you can see over here, and this usually works when, designers are very much focused on designing the site, which is awesome, because that's what the designers are for, that's what the developers are for. But from an SEO perspective, you can see that there is a lot of header ones here, H1, H1s, right? So there's more than one header one. So a header one is kind of like a book title. So imagine if there's a book that you're reading, almost all the time, I mean, I've not seen a book that have 2 titles. I'm pretty sure there might be some, but almost all the time, every book only has 1 title. And this is similar with regards to header 1. So every page should only have 1 header 1 as a best practice, because then it's going to be a lot clearer to Google what you're trying to tell Google this page is about. So you only want to have 1 header 1, and you can still keep the design the same, but basically you just change all the H1 elements. So all these have a H1 elements to them, right? So you can see over here H1, okay? You just have to change all the rest that is coming up with header 1s, change them to either header 2s or header 3s. For these subheaders, you want to change them to header 2s, is fine. But the practice is to make sure that there's only 1 header 1 within a page itself. So that's a best practice. So with that being said, let me see if I can go in a little bit more. So OG Open Graph, I wouldn't worry too much about this yet, because that is kind of like the next in-depth recommendation, which is going to take a lot more time. So yeah, let me just take a look. Yeah, so this is a request demo. Okay, So this is a one-pager site. So one more thing with regards to messaging consistency, right? If you take a look at this demo over here, this says demo. So most of the time when people see demo, they will assume that they're going to be they'll be getting a demo, right? But when I click on this demo, it's actually requesting for a demo. So the consistency of the messaging on the website can be a lot more clearer. So if this is going to be requesting a demo, you want to put here request for a demo or request demo. And when people click on request demo, they know that this is to request a demo. And obviously some people will think that this is request for a demo, but you don't want to, as much as you can, you don't want to confuse your visitors. So you want to ensure that this is request a demo or requesting a request demo, and then people know that this is when they click on the button, they will be requesting for a demo instead of expecting a demo straight away. So a little bit with user experience over here. And yeah, so this is basically what I can do for the audit, just because the website, so the website only has one page. So next, I'm going to move on to the recommendations that I have for you. All right, so with regards to the recommendations I have, because it's a new site, so there's a few things that that comes to my mind. So the first thing is when it comes to technicality, well, first of all, you need to fix the redirection earlier on, changing the HTTP version, redirect it to the HTTPS version. So a little bit of technicality, but because the website doesn't have a lot of things coming up, right? I would recommend that you guys do some form of keyword research first. And I'm sorry, that should be the second step. So I think the first step is to find out which is your channel for growth. So whether it be search engine optimization, whether it be Google AdWords, or social media and stuff like that, or whether is it through press releases or partnerships, JV. You want to think of the channel that you guys can meet your objective. So if your objective is increasing revenue, you need to be thinking about which channel do you want to increase revenue, because based off on the kind of budget and the kind of result expectation that you guys have, result expectation meaning to say how fast do you expect results, it's going to be, every channel is going to be different. So SEO will always be a core. So whether will you need SEO or not, the answer is always yes. Most sites, 90% of the websites, will require some form of SEO to really grow their brand organically. With that being said, SEO doesn't need to be the initial investment that you guys need to be investing in. Depending on, like I mentioned again, what is your expectations and what are you guys looking at. So that is the first route into consideration. Now let's assume that somehow or rather one way down the line, or whether is it from now until maybe 3 months or 6 months later, you guys decide to embark on an SEO journey, then my recommendation to you is to figure out to do some form of keyword research and to look at so first of all, identify 3 to 5 competitors that are doing well for their website organically. So don't think about websites that are big that you have heard of, because sometimes even websites are doing really well, based off on when you're hearing about them, they might not be doing well on Google. And I've seen this a lot of times where website owners tell me a certain brand that are major and big. When I take a look at their organic performance, they are big not because from a search perspective. From a search perspective, they are not getting any traffic. So you want to find 3 to 5 competitors that are doing well organically. Okay, and the reason why you want to do that is because you want to model, you want to kind of look at their strategy in terms of what keywords they are selecting, what keywords they are going after, what kind of content they are writing, the angle of the content, and also what kind of links that they have. Okay, and this way is basically kind of like a cheat sheet, so you don't work off everything from the start, and you can get some kind of idea of what worked, and then you can work based off on that. So that's the first step. Identify 3 to 5 competitors that are doing well organically. And once you have identified that, the first thing you want to do is you want to do a keyword research from your competitors. Now, you want to avoid all stuff that are branded. So meaning to say, if they are ranking for, say for example, Octolife, okay, you want to exclude everything they are branded because you're not going to be ranking for their brand name. You want to be searching for, you want to be looking at keywords that they are ranking for that is relevant and makes sense for you guys to go after. Okay, so some keywords, because other websites, they might be offering a service that you guys don't cover, even though you guys are offering similar services, but sometimes they offer more services than you and things like that, right? So you only want to look at keywords that make sense for your business and for your website. So once you have done that, so that's the second step. Once you have done that, the third step will be to have all this figure out and then find out all the keywords, the journey of the keywords, and also the keyword difficulty. So what do I mean by journey? So ideally, you want to be bringing in traffic from all different funnels, whether they are hot or cold or warm, whether they are top funnel, middle funnel, or bottom funnel. They essentially mean the same thing. But that is, at the end of the day, you want to target all these people. But for a start, you want to be targeting bottom funnel pages first. And the reason why is because usually bottom funnel pages, they are generally a lot more competitive. But that again depends on the niche and industry, and that will depend on the keyword research. But when you target bottom funnel keywords first as compared to big funnel or top funnel keywords, you're going to be bringing in traffic that is very, very relevant and that is very commercial, which means to say chances are these people are already at a customer journey stage where they are about to, or they are considering to purchase or make a decision. So this is the kind of keywords that you guys want to focus on first before you move up to the mid funnel, where they're kind of considering or where they are kind of looking for options, and then finally towards the top funnel, which is, they might not even know that they need your service, but they're kind of looking for, they kind of have a problem which your business can solve. So these are the kind of segmentations you want to do, and then ideally you want to create a content calendar to go after all these keywords by creating content and around that. So that is what I'll recommend you guys to do. Now, if you notice, I didn't mention any links, and the reason why is because I think your site, it's kind of like a lead generation. It's kind of, I would think, like a hybrid, where it's a SaaS / a lead generation website. Okay, so based off on this, it seems like it's a SaaS product, but the website is structured in a way to generate leads, right? So in this case, for links, links is definitely important in the SaaS, in a SaaS market. But because your website doesn't have content, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to build link to. And the reason why is because usually there's some form of exchange that's happening, but because there is not a lot that you guys can offer. So unless you guys can offer straight up, cash, or you have set a certain budget, then it's going to be easy for you guys to build link. If not, chances are you need to have some form of content already, because when you reach out and you start a link building campaign, most of the time you're going to be exchanging a few things. The first is because you guys as a SaaS website, you can offer a free trial to your product. So that's first, or you can offer money, right? So for a guest post, for example, or you could offer a piece of content that it's really nicely written and nicely formatted. So there must be some kind of value in exchange most of the time, and money usually goes straight to the point, because it cuts out a lot of back and forth and stuff like that, because that's kind of how the industry is right now. So that's why I recommend you guys to create some form of content first before you start a link building campaign. With that being said, is that unnecessary? Can you do it concurrently? Obviously you can, but that's just my recommendation. So I hope you like this video. I think this is it. I hope this will be able to help you out in terms of growing your website, growing Octolife. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If not, I hope you enjoy this. Hope this helps you out. This has no strings attached. Just basically hope that it can help your business out. So if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. If not, that's all. Thank you. Stay safe and have a great day.